I spent an embarrassing amount of time in my life when I was younger thinking that height meant something about what I could and could not have in life. So I know what this feels like. But a couple of years ago, I have found a solution that actually killed my height insecurity. And no, this is not gonna be stuff like, just believe in yourself. And it's not gonna be stuff like, just go to the gym or stuff like that. And I'm also not gonna tell you that height does not matter. It would be a lie to say that it doesn't. What I'm gonna tell you is something deeper. I'm gonna reframe the problem for you. Height is a proxy. You can close the video right now and you're fine. But if you want a deeper dive on this, just stick with me for a second. And for context, I am 5'9". I'm not the tallest guy in the room, and I'm not the shortest guy in the room. And before you click off and you comment under the video like, you are way taller than me, so you don't understand the problem of being short, I literally have friends who are 6'1", and they still feel crippling insecurity. They still hate their lives. And the reason is this one. So height is just a proxy. What is a proxy? A proxy is just a symbol that points to something deeper, something you actually care about. So what this means is, you don't want to be tall. And I know right now you're gonna be like, this guy has no clue, and you're gonna close the video. But stick with me for a second. It's not like you desire height by itself. You just desire what height can give you as a human being. And in fact, it can give you that. What you want is power, desirability, and love, and respect. Height is just a shortcut that people confuse with the destination. Height is just the thing that society has sold you as the only way to access all of these. But let me ask you, who the fuck told you that height is the only way to achieve all of these? They have convinced you so much about this that you don't even question this anymore. If you don't question your unconscious beliefs, they will ruin your life. As Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. So let's name the real desires that you actually have underneath height. Before exploring the first one, let me tell you, height does make it easier for you to have all of those. But the thing is, if being short made it impossible for you to have success, to reproduce, and so on, short people would be extinct by now. So let's see what you actually want instead of being tall. So the first one is power. You want to feel important. You want to feel like when you enter a room or a situation, people feel like you matter to them. Society told you that the only way to achieve power in your life is to be tall. But the real way in which you achieve power, because height is just a shortcut that makes it easier to achieve power, is to become competent at something hard. Even if you're very tall, it doesn't matter, you still need to do this. Otherwise, you won't feel important. Why is it so? Because people who have solved, built, or survived something, they behave differently. Why is it so? Because they have internal evidence that they can handle things. And when you think so, your behavior communicates importance, and so you will feel important. Not in a narcissistic way. I'm not talking like feeling like the center of the universe. I'm just talking like you think you matter in your life. You have some impact in the world. This is what I mean with power. It's not like a Machiavellian approach to power, like you want to conquer the world. It's something much simpler. The second secret desire you have is desirability. Just, you want to feel wanted. You want to feel desired. Romantically, socially, professionally. And how do you achieve these? You need direction. Height is attractive. It's one of the many ways in which you can achieve desirability. But height is passive. You either have it or you don't. Direction is active, meaning you create it for yourself. I think this is the most desirable feature in a human being. The most desirable people out there are just people who know where they are going and who have fun while going there. You need nothing else. Like, height might help you becoming desirable, but it's not the only way. The other way is just building something yours, having a direction you follow, having a principle that guides your life. These kind of things are so attractive. And the last one is respect. You want to be taken seriously when you talk, when you move, when you interact with people. How do you achieve respect from other people? You will be respected only if you respect yourself in the first place, which means make your boundaries clear to other people. Because if you don't let people know your boundaries, how could they respect them? They can't read your mind. If you have a boundary, make it clear to people. People will respect you if you are clear to them. Otherwise, they won't read your mind, and so they won't respect you, and you will never feel respected. Now the thing is, once you intellectually understand that height is just a proxy, there is a temptation to just say, okay, then I'm fine. But this is not how it works, because remember, the proxy pointed to real desires, and you can't ignore those desires, those human needs. You need to fulfill them. So every time you feel the height insecurity rising, because it will rise, like this video won't stop it for you. You've been running this pattern unconsciously for years, and though I tried my best, this video won't stop it for you. So next time it happens to you, like you feel height insecurity rising, you just try to ask yourself, what need do I actually want to fulfill with height? And then you just do something real for the specific need and desire you have. Most of the times, when you feel like you are short, you just feel like you don't have power, desirability, and respect. So when you feel like you don't have power, just build something that gives you power. A project, your body, a business, anything that gives you power. For desirability, you just go and talk to more people, to more girls if you are a boy. Because chances are, you don't have a height problem, you just haven't talked with enough girls. And for the last one, respect, you just make your boundaries clear and people will respect you. As soon as you feel the insecurity rising, you do something real to achieve those secret needs you have behind the desire for height. So, quick 10-second summary. You don't want to be tall, you just want power, desirability, and respect. Height is just a proxy or a shortcut if you prefer. The real goals behind height are just competence, direction, and self-respect. And guys, I really hope that this was useful to you. And in case you're new here, this is not my usual type of video. Like, I often talk to the camera while explaining stuff on the whiteboard, but the topic this time was a bit different, a bit more personal. What I usually talk about on this channel is focus and flow state. And why have I chosen to speak about this? Because you can't actually focus if you have these kind of insecurities inside your own head. So this was the reason why I've talked about this. In case you want more from me, you can check out my X or my newsletter, both the links down below. And if you want personalized help to apply all of these in your life to focus better, just schedule a call with the first link down below. And please consider subscribing to the channel because it helps a ton. And as usual guys, I'll see you in the next one.